How's it going, everybody? If you're watching this later, thank you for watching. If you're watching this now, hello, how's it going? Good to see you all. I just wanted to give you guys a quick tour of our egg layer system. I don't know how good my cell service is right now, so I don't know how this is going to come out, if it's going to be choppy for you guys or what, but my brother and I, Abram is probably getting a notification on his phone saying, what the heck is Haven doing? He's supposed to be setting up the netting and all that. But I wanted to show you guys where the chickens were. We had them in, where am I pointing? There, for almost 2 weeks. And let's go look at, don't trip over the fence, what the ground looks like after 52 hens and 5 roosters have been grazing it and scratching it for 2 weeks. Can I flip? There we go. Awesome. So this was kind of a brambly area, similar looking to that when we put them in here. They scratched through it and ate all the green. And as you can see, there's still grass here, but they've exposed the dirt and left their calling cards everywhere. So hopefully we can get some clover growing in here. But they've cleaned it up really well, and laid a bunch of eggs for us. We're feeding about 1/3 to 1/2 pound per chicken per day, and we're getting like 46 eggs a day. So this was, like I said, 52 chickens, 5 roosters, so that is, doing math on camera, 57 chickens, and we have 2 rolls of netting that are 164 feet long, if I'm not mistaken. We have 2 of those, which works out to roughly 100 square foot per bird. And we use the Energizer here. It's a 30-mile fencer my brother donated, and it's off right now, but we just have it, what kind is it? Farmland Precision. It's a 30-mile fencer, and we have it on a physical disconnect switch like that, and then we had just on-off switch, but we have the manual one just as a visual cue. And so that charges our fence. Here are the hens. We have ISA Browns. We bought them, we bought them last year. They arrived on the 14th of October last year. And we housed them over winter, brooded them in the fall, raised them up through the winter so that they would start laying eggs in the spring. Good and steady, which they have been. Roosters are here for aerial protection. You see out here, the hens are looking at the ground. They're looking at bugs and grass, and the roosters, you can see where their heads are, straight up, looking at the sky, looking for predators. They're like mini guard posts, mobile mini guard posts roaming around. Look at them. So this is our EggShaw. That's not the name that we have landed on permanently. I just called it that because it's kind of a mix between Justin Rhodes' EggShaw, which is a small shelter that you can move easily by hand that holds like 20-30 hens, and Joel Salatin's Eggmobile. So I'm like, oh, let's call it an EggShaw for the video. So there's that. It is 3 feet high, tall, I guess, 8 feet wide. It is 10 feet long. We built it on this old trailer frame. As you can see, we had to buy an L bracket to patch all the parts of the frame that were rusted through. And there were several. There were probably half a dozen spots where the frame was just rusted through, and we had to patch it with steel. We move it with this trailer dolly that my brother welded an extension on to make it a little bit taller so that we can move it by hand. And this, if the ground is level, moves very easily by hand. This is a tote. We put feed in it. It holds about 150 pounds and it weighs down the front of the shelter. Both that and their waterer. That's a 7-gallon bubble waterer. In front of the axle, which is right here. Otherwise, if you don't have the water in the front and you don't have the feed in the front, it only takes about 15, 20 pounds of up force on that front hitch to tip it backwards, which didn't happen to us because we kind of saw that problem ahead of time. So we have our feet on the front, we have our bubble drinker on the front. I saw a comment there. YouTube, welcome to live chat. Well, thank you, YouTube. Better than pulling the others, I'm sure. Looks cool. How much land do you use? All right, David, good question. I don't really know precisely. I don't know if you've seen our other videos when we were raising broilers. You can see the broiler shelters by the tree line right there. We ran them. If you saw the drone footage, you kind of saw the banana-shaped piece of pasture we ran them on. That piece of pasture is, I believe, roughly 1.5 acres. And we ran 900 broilers in those 4 broiler shelters. And you can cover, if you're doing the Joel Salatin system, let me turn this around. If you're doing the Joel Salatin style chicken tractor, 1,000 birds will cover about an acre. And so this isn't really farmland. We've never used this before. I don't really know how much land it is. I know that this net here encompasses a 50, 60, 70, 80, roughly an 80 by 80, an 80 foot by 80 foot area. And we move them like, well, it depends. So I don't know how much land we're using. This is our first year doing these chickens. So we're gonna move them whenever they don't have anything left to eat or if they're disturbing our pasture too much. I'm not really sure, honestly. I don't have a good answer for you. Good question though, I should probably figure that out. We have a lot of scrub land like this here that we can't farm crops on, and you can't really run cattle on it because it's wet. You can see here, if we had 2 inches of rain, there'd be standing water in this sod here. You can see the reeds over there, and this all drains out that way, and there's a drain system that takes a lot of water off of here. So we can't run cattle on it, so we're just rotationally moving these guys through stuff like this, where there's trees, where there's grass, where the ground is level enough to where we can get good ground contact with the fence. So I hope that gives you an answer. I should do more of these live streams. These are cool. All right, back to the shelter. If you got any more questions, just put them down there. I'll get back to them. I got to hurry up because I haven't eaten lunch yet. We have a slatted floor in here. Hello, honey. Hello. You can see we clipped one wing on each hen, just as a precaution, because we knew we weren't going to have time to chase hens if they got out. So we did that. They could still hop up in here fine, and this is about 2.5 feet off the ground. Slatted floor, 1.5 inch slats with 1.5 inch spacings. That seems to be, you can see they've been in here for a few weeks. They stay extremely clean. Their feet are dirty because they've been scratching in the dirt, but the manure falls through, and we have not had any foot issues. So this, if you're building a shelter, I highly suggest this. It works really well, works fine. This is what it looks like. We have ventilation along the top, probably 4 inches. Again, using the same wood slats we used there because we didn't want to deal with nailing in mesh all over. We've got a door on this side and a door kitty corner opposite side right there. They're just on hinges, and we just hold them open with a bungee cord there. We did an overhang on the roof by about 5-6 inches on all sides to keep sideways rain from getting in the vents and getting the chickens wet. It also shades it so that the sun doesn't shine in on them if they're getting inside to get away from the sun. This is my most exciting thing I want to show you guys. This is our nesting box. It is 84 inches wide-ish. It's about 6 or 7 feet long. The hens access it from the inside. They hop right up on it. And then you see this bar here. We made pivot points on that end, on this end. So this bar goes from there up to lock them out of the nest at night. We have to do that manually. I'd like to automate that system. But all this, tripping over the feeder. Also, feeders, there's a feeder. They're maybe 6 inches wide by 3 foot long by 4 foot high. And that size feeder holds the perfect amount of feed for 1 day. So I measure it out in the pail. I know how high 25 pounds is, and it fits in these feeders perfect. And I leave them outside because if it gets wet, they seem to like it even better. You just want to check to make sure you're not getting mold in the bottom. But this is the creme de la creme. Not even sure what that means. Cream crop. This is what I'm excited about. We built this rollaway nest box, had it in their winter housing in the chicken coop so they could get used to it. So this is a rollaway nest box. You guys saw the inside. Hello, everyone. You move already. Yes, we just moved it. So they were back here, and we just moved it about an hour ago onto here. They'll probably be on this for like a week and a half or so. It's very bumpy here, so I can't move it myself just because there's like two inch divots in here. Me and my brother, you can't really see it, but there's a big dip in here. He had to pull it while I pushed it to get it here. If the ground's level, you can move it on your own. But so there's that. We put these access doors on the back so I can come inside in the evening when I collect eggs, and boom, that's what locks them out. I come out here at like 5:45 in the morning and drop it, and then I have that, locks them down. I hold it up with this old phone charger that goes from there up to this eyelet, out, and ties onto this guy, and that's how I hold it up. And then in the morning I just come out, untie it, let it down, and boom, it's good to go. One of those on both sides, and then this is where the eggs come. I keep collecting eggs before I make videos. I should let you guys see the satisfying practice of opening your nest box to clean eggs. And that's why. All right, looks like we're back. Yeah, so that's the rollaway nest box. We built it at a 12-degree angle because we read. We'll reconnect one more time. It's very sunny out here. All right, I'm reconnected. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you want me to do another live, show you guys what we're doing with our broilers. I think that. Thank you for watching. I've been talking enough. All right, see you guys.